Hi everyone. Good morning. Hold on, I'm just going to set up. Okay. Hi, Chef Ellie. Chef Ellie is here. Hold on. Okay, can everybody hear me and see me? Okay. Can anybody just type in the chat box, please? Hello. Hi, everyone. Can you guys hear me? Okay. Good morning, Joyce. Wait, I'll just hit the record button here. Good morning, Chef. Thank you for joining us today. Okay, just want to make sure that I'm also streaming in Facebook, because yesterday I just shared it in the group. So I'm just going to check if it's also in the Facebook page. Ayan. Okay. Okay. Good morning, everyone. Good evening, or wherever you are in the world. I'm Grace Parazo from the Bailiwick Academy. And for today, it's already episode 5. And for today, we're going to have Chef Ely Salar. He's one of our instructors at the Bailiwick Academy, and his expertise is about chocolates. He's a chocolatier. And for today, he's going to discuss about how chocolates are made and from bean to bar process. And he's also going to share with us his experience on being a chef. And you can reserve, if you have any questions about the topic, please reserve it later, because we're going to have question and answer portion at the end of this lesson. All right. Good morning, Rose. Complete attendance ka. You're always here. Thank you for always joining us in our webinar. Okay, so I'm just going to give the floor to Chef Ellie. Hold on, let me just look for him here. Okay, Chef. Just click on the button for the mic and camera. Okay, let's just wait for Chef Ellie. Okay, so is there while we're waiting for Chef Ellie to come in the room, is there anyone here who has a farm or any plans of making your own chocolates? Me have made some before. Okay. Who among you here are already making cacao? Because I know in the provinces it's some of you are already making it. I love working with chocolates. Thanks, Hans. Hold on. We're just having technical difficulties from Chef Ellie's side. Hold on. I'll just check with him, okay? Yes, Rose. Rose said how I samples. Yeah, I wish that too. Actually, Chef Ellie is broadcasting live from Leyte. Tama ba, Chef? Leyte ka. And I'm here in Quezon City. Ayun.
Hi everyone.
Eddie. Okay. Thank you for joining us today, Chef. How are you?
Thank you. Hi everyone. Um, all right.
How are you, Chef? Okay ka naman
Okay
din.
naman po.
Okay. All right. So I'm just going to leave it to Chef Ellie here to discuss about his topic. All right.
All right. How's my connection? Is it okay? So normally for Bailiwick, what we do is it's actually a live webinar presentation, but we're having difficulties with our Wi-Fi connection. So what I did is I shoot video on chocolate making process. So I'm gonna share a video here on how we make our chocolate. So by the way, my name is Chef Ely. I am an instructor here at the Bailiwick Academy. So I had a chocolate making class, mirror glaze class, and then the quick breads class. So I'm a chocolatier, and then right now I'm working at the Lirio chocolate. So we make bintu chocolate. So one second, I'm just gonna add presentation.
I'll add the link, Chef.
Okay.
Okay. Are you ready? We're going to play the video now.
Yes, yeah. So we're just gonna play the video, and then after that, I can answer some of the questions if you have any question about chocolate. So
Okay.
it's a 27 minutes video.
Okay, so we're doing that because the Wi-Fi connection in Chef Ely's kitchen doesn't reach. They have a problem there with the Wi-Fi connection, so we cannot do it live. So, but Chef Ely will stay here with us to answer some questions. So you can, if you have any questions along the way, you can just type it in the chat box. All right, and Chef Ely will answer it later. Okay.
Yes.
So, hold on. Okay. Can you see it now, Chef?
Yes, yeah.
Okay. I'm just going to play this.
Hi everyone, my name is Chef. Hi everyone, my name is Chef A, and welcome to our webinar about the building process or chocolate making process. So this is a great initiative by Mom Grace.
Chef Ely, wait lang. Chef Ely, can you lower down the volume on your side or use a headset because there's a feedback on your side?
Okay po. Sorry.
You can use a headset po. Because we can hear the feedback from your side. Lower down the volume na lang po. Okay na po. Or mute na lang po. And then go back to us. You can turn on your mic again when it's done. Or dito po sa in the webinar section, in our webinar video, turn off your mic. Ayan. Okay. Let's do that again.
Hi everyone, my name is Chef Ely, and welcome to our webinar about the building process or chocolate making process. So this is a great initiative by Mom Grace, especially about what's happening in the world. So for the last few months, this is what's keeping me busy. Chocolate is very close to my heart, and this is something I'm really passionate about, especially that we grow cacao here in the Philippines. So the best thing about what we do here is because we grow our own cacao on the farm, and we process them and make them into chocolate. So basically what I will show you is how we make chocolate from cacao fruit into chocolate bars. We actually make different products, chocolate products. We have cacao. Also, we have chocolate bars. We have pralines, bonbons, and Couverture chocolate, which we use for baking. So, if any one of you doesn't have any clue or idea or haven't seen a cacao fruit before, so this is what it looks like. This one. So we have different varieties of cacao. So in this case, we have two varieties of cacao. We have UF18 and then we have BR25, which will be used here and what we grow here in the farm. So if you notice this UF18, they're quite bigger. They yield more beans, and then the BR is a little bit smaller compared to the UF18. So this is the cacao fruit. I will actually break one. So fresh cacao. So like this. I actually broke another one here too. This one. Nicer. So from cacao, what we do here in the farm is we ferment it. So we ferment it. We have a fermentation box. I think I can add the video here. I hope I can edit it, but I shoot a video outside how we ferment our cacao. So we ferment it for about 6 days, and then after 6 days, we dry the cacao. So we dry the cacao for, so we have a solar dryer. We dry it for about 6 to 8 days, depending sa moisture content. So our requirement for moisture content is about 7 to 8%. And then after drying, if we reach that requirement, we roast the beans. So we have a roasting machine. And then we roast it, and then so this is the dried beans, and then after we roast it, so we roast it to get the aroma of the cacao. So fermentation is necessary to actually develop the different flavors of cacao beans. It's a very important process. So that's where you get all the different notes of chocolates. So after we roast it, we process it. We call it winnowing, or we remove the skin of the beans. So after removing the skin, you will get nibs. So this is what we call cacao nibs. So I will actually show you our recipe for 72% dark chocolate. So I think that this is a very important process because a lot of people doesn't really know, how simple and intricate cacao making process. So unlike pastry has different there's so many ingredients. But cacao, there's in this case we just have 3 ingredients actually 2. Sometimes 4 because we add vanilla after, and sometimes we add lecithin, which is an emulsifier. But in this case, we actually just have 3. So after the nibs, before we process this, we will go ahead to our grinding machine to grind the nibs. So it will become a paste. So after grinding, we call it cocoa liqueur. So we will first grind this. I'll show you how to grind the. This is our grinding machine. So first we will grind the beans, so it becomes a paste. So we call it cocoa liqueur. So we turn on the machine. Okay, so that's our chocolate liqueur, 100% chocolate. So some people, ang tawag nila dito is, actually in the Philippines, ang tawag natin dito is tableya. Ito yung tableya. So pag yung tableya na-process natin, after grinding, mold and then let it set. So yun yung tableya natin. So in this case, after this, we will process this and then use our melanger or refiner to make chocolate. So we'll go back to so this is our refiner or melanger. So we use this for our R&D for testing recipes. So it could hold up to 2 kilos, 2.5 kilos. So first, what we do is we add our. Sorry, before I proceed, our recipe is actually 600 grams of chocolate liqueur, and then we have about 100 grams of cocoa butter, and then 250 grams of sugar. So we turn on the machine and add cocoa butter. Then, so we slowly add the liqueur. Add a little bit more butter. Sorry, spatula is so funny. Okay. And then we'll add the rest of the cocoa butter. So we'll just mix it and then we slowly add our sugar. So we use two types of sugar here in our kitchen. We use the cane sugar and we also use taong sweetener or palm sugar, which is actually 0% sugar. It's sugar free. So our liqueur and cocoa butter. Cocoa butter actually also comes from cacao. So we extract the cocoa butter from the nibs, and then so you will have a cocoa butter, and then you will have cocoa powder or cocoa solids after you extract the butter. So we add extra cocoa butter to add a nice texture to our chocolate, so it becomes smoother. And then it's easier to work with. It's more fluid. So what we'll do is we'll process this, or we will refine our chocolate up to 2 days, 2 to 3 days. So like what I said, we will process this for about 2 to 3 days. We actually check the microns, or it's actually how our palate or our tongue can detect yung texture. So you know, when you eat chocolate, it melts in your mouth. So pag hindi siya grainy, it's actually about between 50 to 20 microns. So we check it. And then if we reach that microns, that's when we stop grinding. So it's about 2 to 3 days, depending on the chocolate. And if you don't have that, it's not really a machine, it's a tool that you can buy. What do you call it? Yeah, it's a machine to check the microns, the chocolate. But anyway, you can use your tongue and just try it. If it's still grainy, you process it more. It depends. So after that, we add vanilla if you want to. Other people would not add vanilla. Uh, and then sometimes we also add lecithin. It's made from sunflower. So it's natural ingredients. So it's not artificial. Uh, from the sunflower. So what it does is it's better. It's emulsified the chocolate. So it emulsifies all the ingredients, sugar and chocolate liqueur, and it gives us a better texture for the chocolate as well. So and then after this we temper the chocolate. Alright, so after 2 days or 3 days that we refine our chocolate, so you will get this chocolate. But of course, it's not ready to consume yet because it has to be tempered. So it's very important process in chocolate making, tempering. So if you subscribe to my chocolate making class in Bailiwick Academy, I explained there there's 2 kinds of chocolate. So here in the Philippines, we use most bakers use compound chocolate. And then some bakers would use a couverture chocolate. So there's 2 kinds. There's compound and couverture. So couverture obviously is what we did. It's the real chocolate. So the difference of the compound chocolate, instead of using uh, chocolate liqueur, ang ginagamit nila is cocoa powder, sugar, and then vegetable fat. So wala na yung cocoa liqueur, yung mix. So, yung in-extract ng cocoa butter, yung pag-extract ng cocoa butter, you will get cocoa powder. So, yung cocoa powder na yun, you will put it in the melanger sa machine, and then you will add vegetable fat or vegetable oil. So, it's not really the real chocolate. So, that's why you have to temper it. Hindi na kailangan temper. So, in this case, since it's a real chocolate, it's a couverture chocolate, kailangan natin i-temper. To get because there's cocoa butter. The reason why we temper it because there's cocoa butter. So the cocoa butter kailangan ma-stabilize yung crystals niya, and there are 6 different crystals sa cocoa butter, and only 1 crystal that is stable, which is crystal number 5, or tawag natin dyan is meta crystal. So how do we temper chocolate? First, so there's different processes actually. You can use microwave, you can use seeding, you can, and in this case, we will do a pegging. So, in my online class, what we did is actually ice bath. So, it's okay, kasi if you just do it at home, if you don't have the marble table, it's easier to do that. But in this case, a lot of professional kitchen use the marble table to temper chocolate. So, what we do is, this chocolate, after the melanger, or if you have this in blocks, you melt it to 45 degrees. So, melt mo siya, and then after melting, you pour this in the table, so yung 20% iiwan natin sa bowl. So, yung 20%, it's still warm. Still at 45 degrees. So, the remaining 80%, we will cool it down. So, yung marble natin malamig. So, importante naka-air condition, and then yung marble mo malamig. And then you will cool it down. So, from 45 degrees, cool down to
Hold on. The video is hanging. Wait lang po. Medyo naghang eh.
So it's very quick sa marble table. So the reason why na nag-iwan ako ng 20% na mainit pa, um, to bring
Tumuloy. Wait lang.
mainit pa, to bring
Okay. Maybe you can watch the video on our YouTube channel. Maybe for now, what we can do is I'll have Chef Ellie answer the questions that we have here first. That be okay, Chef? Turn on your mic po. Yeah.
Yes. So we'll
It doesn't want to load. I'll just fix it first, and you answer the questions first. All right.
Yes. Yeah. Sure. So few questions here. Just one second. Okay, so from Rose Cardwell, how to extract cocoa butter and how to preserve it for the future use. So for cocoa butter, we use hydraulics. So there's different machines that that can extract cocoa butter. So for us, it's custom made. You can buy some online, I guess, in chocolate manufacturer company. I mean, sorry, chocolate machines manufacturers, but ours is custom made. So we extract it. We use hydraulic, and then it separates the butter and then the powder. And then how to preserve it in the future, you have to temper it, and then after tempering it, mold it, and then just keep it in a room temperature. And then there's the other question here, what is your room temperature? Our room temperature is from 18 degrees Celsius to 22, maximum 22 degrees. And then can we avail the customized machine here in the Philippines? Yes, I think so. Yes, yeah. There's a few companies that makes it in Davao, I believe. Is granite table okay? Yes, it's okay. You can use that. The machines that we use we use a roasting machine for roasting, and then we have a winnower to separate the nibs and the skin of the beans, and then we have sorry, a grinding machine, so to grind the beans to turn it into paste, and then we have a melanger or a refiner. So the ones that we use, we have 25 kg refining machines. And then after that, we have a tempering machine. So you can do manual tempering, but if you plan to produce a lot of chocolate, you need a tempering machine. So it's easier to work. So is cocoa naturally oily, or is it because cocoa butter is added? Cocoa or cacao is naturally oily, yes. It has 50 to 54% cocoa butter or fat, and then the remaining 45 to 50% is cocoa solids, or we call it cocoa powder. And question from Jennifer, kindly repeat the moisture content of dried moisture, 8%, 7 to 8%. Emulsifier. Yes, we use soy lecithin. Sorry, we use a sunflower lecithin, but you can also use soy lecithin. Yes, to blend the oil and then the other ingredients.
If you're going to answer the questions, can you please
Yes,
read
there's
the questions?
quite a few. There's FBM, Sell Me. There's Chocolate World. Yeah, those top 3 companies you can buy from them.
Chef, excuse me.
You can buy online.
Hello?
You can go to their website. So I could type it
Can you
in.
hear me? Wait.
Yes. So yes, I think we were cut in the tempering process. So after tempering, we mold the chocolate. So after that, we put it in our molds, and then we let it sit overnight. So our temperature again is between 18 to 22 degrees, and then after 24 hours, we unmold it. So after that, we have chocolate bars. So we make chocolate bars, different kinds. The one that we did, the one I showed you in the video is 70%. Between 70 to 70, it depends because for that one I didn't add more. What do you call it? The rest of the ingredients like the emulsifier, and then the vanilla. So yeah, it's about 70%, 70 to 72%. Oh, okay, sorry. So so I'm gonna repeat some of the questions. Sorry, we were live in the FB, and then some of the guys couldn't read the question. So one question from Joyce is cocoa naturally oily, or is it because cocoa butter is added? So yes, it's naturally oily. It has 54% fat, and then the remaining is the cocoa powder or cocoa solid, which is about 45 to 50%. Question from Rose: how do you pack your chocolate bonbons bars so it can handle transport time here in Manila? So for chocolate bars, we use aluminum foil, so it protects the chocolate from moisture, and then we put it inside our box packaging. And then for bonbons, we also have a custom-made box. It's quite thick, and then when we shipped it, we just for our bars and couvertures, they're okay if we just wrap them in like in a regular, what do you call this, packaging box, and then yeah, they're fine. At first we thought we need ice, but they were okay. But for bonbons, it's quite a challenge. So you have to be creative. So you can use ice pack. You can have what do you call this? Thermal. You can cover it with a thermal. Most people use ice pack. So question from Olivia: is it much cheaper to make your own chocolate from cocoa or store both? Well, good question. It depends. So if for the quality, it's better to use it also depends which company you buy, right? So there's good, like there's some chocolates that are really good, like Cacao Barry, Valrhona, Calibu, all those companies are chocolates, but others are not quite good because they add other preservatives, but but if you make it in volume, obviously it's cheaper. But if you make it like small quantities with the machines, it's more expensive. So if for personal use, it's okay. But if you have to set up like what do you call it, a factory or a chocolate manufacturing factory, it's quite expensive. So that's why sometimes it's better to use to just buy a couverture chocolate. So but that's the thing, right? That's a challenge because there's quite a few companies that are cheap. They sell cheap chocolates, but these are not good quality chocolates, and some of them are not really good for you because they add other things to it. So real chocolates has very few ingredients, right? So it's actually just cacao, sugar, and in milk chocolate you add milk powder, and then you add vanilla. Some companies don't add vanilla. It's just for added flavor, and then emulsifier. So those are natural ingredients. But if you look at the labels of other companies, they add different things, right? So for whatever reasons. So yeah, the best thing is to make your own chocolate, but it's to um, to invest in the machines. It's quite expensive. Um, so So a question from Olivia: where do you get your cocoa beans supplier? Which province produce the best cocoa beans? So good question. We grow our cacao. So that's the good thing about our company Lirio, because it's we grow our own cacao, and then even our sugar free, which is we use cacao sweetener. We make our own sweetener, our sugar. And that's where we source our cacao. The sorry, what's the question again? Which province produce the best cocoa beans? It's tough question, because every province produces different variety, and it just means it's just different flavors. It depends on the farmer, actually. It depends how you ferment it. It depends. It depends, right? So it's and another good thing about our cacao is we use organic fertilizer. So that's one thing that's good. So yeah, it depends. It's quite a hard question. Which one is the best province? But here in like in the Philippines, most cacao are produced or farmed in Mindanao, in Davao. So yeah. So question from Joyce: which do you think is best to use among Cacao Barry, Valrhona, or Calibo? Or is there any brand that's better than these brands? So the best companies, I should say, is, well, these are the Cacao Barry and Calibo is just one company, actually. So basically, the two big companies are Cacao Barry and Valrhona. But there's also other companies, which is Lind. They also make couvertures. But between Cacao Barry and Valrhona, they're both good. They're big manufacturers. I personally use them, but personally, I like Cacao Barry better. Maybe because of the price. Valrhona is more expensive, but they're good quality chocolates. Ours is better though. Is the quality of our local chocolates can compete the quality of the imported chocolate? Yes, 100%. Yes. So I'm going to repeat that question again from Rose. Is the quality of our local chocolates can compete the quality of other imported chocolates? Yes, because why would you buy a Belgian chocolate where they actually just buy the beans from the Philippines and process it in Belgium or in in Europe, and then sell it to us, where here in the Philippines we can actually make it. The only thing is that there's not very many yet, but the best thing about it is the source of the source of the cacao is from the Philippines, right? So I mean, we process here. It's more sustainable for us. It's healthier, I believe. So yes, yeah, we can definitely compete. I can't wait for you guys to try our chocolate, because they're world class. Yeah. Can we avail your cocoa? You mean cocoa like the beans, or or chocolate. Yes, you can buy. You can go to our Facebook page or Instagram. We sell some of them online. The best thing is, yeah, if you could follow us on Facebook or Instagram, yeah, you can send us a message and we can discuss. Right now, because of what's happening, right, it's just mostly online. I'm gonna type the brand. Sure. 1 second. So what's the brand? It's Lirio chocolate. For some reason, I couldn't type it. Oh, there. The brand is Lirio.
Hey, Chef. Can we try to play the video again?
Yes, yeah, sure.
It's ready. Let me try again. All right. This is only 10 minutes more, right?
Yes,
So let's
more. It's the best part, actually. It was the last 10 minutes is the best part.
yeah.
We
So
can show you.
I'll try to play it again.
Yes. Keep mixing. So the thing that you have to keep in mind sa pagka-temper, so it will start. So the reason why na nag-iwan ako ng 20% na mainit pa, to bring up.
Ayaw pa rin. Wait.
What about the share screen po?
Share screen.
Yeah, I mean, sorry, the video that I have in my computer.
Hold on.
So yeah, it's 26 degrees. Doesn't take na yung chocolate mo. So it's hard to work with. So kailangan ibalik siya sa 31 to 32 degrees. So pag dark chocolate, 31 to 32 degrees. So since mainit pa yung 20% natin, tataas yung temperature. So now it's easier to use. So mix it. So now I check the temperature. You have to make sure it's at 31 to 32 degrees. So in this case, nasa 29 siya. So it's still a little bit thick. So I can warm it up. So if you have a heat gun, or if not, if you have a microwave, you can microwave it. So I just warm it up. Actually, napatagal yung mix ko rito sa marble. Kaya still, it was a little cold. So importante kasi na 31 degrees siya. Kasi pag hindi, masyadong thick yung chocolate mo. So you want it nice and fluid. Okay. Alright. So, it's a 31. After this, lalagay ko na sa mold. And then, yung top it. Okay, and after this, we will let this set for 24 hours. So it takes 24 hours to fully contract the chocolate. Okay, and then I will just keep this in the. So we usually keep this in room temperature, which is about 18 to 20 degrees. You can also put this in the fridge for as long. We just put it about 20 minutes, and then after that, babalik na namin sa room temperature para mas mabilis siya mag-set kung nakalagay na sa fridge. But ideally, it's better to let it set for room temperature. The problem with the fridge kasi there's moisture, and then pagka magkaroon ng moisture, masisira yung chocolate mo. So, right, I'll just set this aside. Okay, so this is our finished product. So I'm not sure if I mentioned, the name of our company is called Bailiwick Chocolates. So we have different kinds of chocolate products. So basically, the products that we make are divided into three. Yes, yeah, three. So we have the chocolate bars. So mainly we cater to sa mga chocolate delicious, yung mga mahilig sa mga artisan chocolates. So it's pure chocolate, walang filling, it's just bars. We have different kinds. We have 72%, we have 60%, 50%, and milk chocolate. And then we also have Couverture chocolate. So in Couverture chocolate, same thing. It's we have 70%. We have milk chocolate. We have 60%. It's actually catered for sa mga bakers. Sa mga bakers na katulad natin, sa mga pastry chefs. So we sell it sa mga restaurants and chefs who likes to use Philippine chocolate. So the best thing about this, I've been really passionate about this. I really wanted to promote Philippine cacao. I guess it's about time. I hope after all this COVID-19 about sa mga nangyayari sa mundo, we go back to normal life and we started doing our work and business again. I really would like to promote Philippine chocolate, not just here in in the Philippines, other parts of the country, other parts of the world, to use Philippine chocolate. It's something that we can really be proud of. And as bakers and chefs, home bakers, I think it's very important that we support our local products. So I'm not saying buy our chocolate. But, there's a lot of different companies out there, but it's very important that we support Philippine products. Especially, I think it might be a little bit difficult after what's happening. Our economy is not going to be doing that well, I guess. So, to help our economy as well, it's nice to support local products. So after we mold the chocolate after 24 hours, so this is what we had. So this is the bar. So I'm just gonna unmold it. So like what I said, it contracts within 24 hours. So contract means it will separate from the mold. So you will have this. You have this chocolate, and then we wrap it. So we buy gold foil. So this is nice to support to protect the chocolates from moisture, from heat, and from light. And then so we just wrap it like this. Wrap it like this. And then put it in our box. So, I forgot to mention, the third type of our product is confectionery. So we have the chocolate bars, we have the couverture for baking for chefs, and then of course we have world-class chocolate confectionery. So this is something that I'm really proud of. For the last what we call it, I guess 1 month or 2 months, not just 2 months, I guess, like 5 months, we've been developing these products. But for the last 1 month that, we've been quarantined, we don't have much business, we focus a lot of our time developing this product, and it's something that I'm really proud of. And we use local flavors. So we have coconut here, we have durian from Mindanao, and then we have banana, we have coffee from Mindanao, actually from the farm. We have kaong, which is our what do you call it? Which is our sugar-free chocolate. So it's this one. And then we have yema, of course. Yema, it's very very traditional here in the Philippines. And so yeah, we have caramelized chocolate, salted caramel. So yeah, that's our product. And so I guess it's there's so many things you can do with chocolate. So I just would like to show you. So like what I said, is something that I've been doing for a while. That's why I haven't really got a chance to shoot some video. Bailiwick, I wish I could do that again. And I really thank Miss Grace for doing this. So it's a great time to share our knowledge and expertise as chefs to everyone who is keeping safe at home. So we will proceed. After this, we'll proceed to our question and answer.
There. Okay, chef. It's the end of the video, and I'm just going to read some of the questions here because there are questions that are missed. So we have a question from Rose. What is your room temperature when you're working on chocolates?
Yes. So room temperature is between 18 to 22 degrees. It depends. When we temper chocolate, it's better to work between 18 to 20 degrees. And then when we're molding it, it's better to work around 22 degrees, 20 to 22. So yeah, that's the temperature we follow.
Okay. And can you please explain how to extract the cocoa butter and how to preserve it for future use?
Yes. So how we extract it? So the
Cocoa
cocoa
butter.
nibs, or so the from cocoa nibs or cocoa beans, we grind it, and then after grind it, we have what do you call it? A butter press. So it's like hydraulic cocoa butter press, and then it separates the oil and the solids or the cocoa powder. So there's only two things that you can get out of the cocoa beans. It's just the butter and the cocoa powder. And then we let it sit and then temper it. And then after tempering it, we mold it into squares or blocks, and then you can store it. So same as chocolate. So you can store it up to 2 years.
Okay, and how do you store that, chef?
I'm sorry?
How do you store that? How do you store the cocoa butter?
We store it in room temperature. We just wrap it or bag it, and then just leave it in room temperature.
Room,
18
when you say room temperature, 18 to
18 to
20.
22. So
Okay.
that's the ideal room temperature
Okay.
with chocolate.
Okay,
Not more than
so
22.
okay, so just to be clear, guys, when chef says room temperature, it's 18 to 20 degrees. Okay, so that is the
Yeah.
temperature and how you work with chocolates.
Yeah.
Okay, so again, from a question here, what are the components or ingredients of compound chocolates?
Yes, very good question. So compound chocolate, it's the chocolate we commonly use in baking here in the Philippines, and for us chefs, chocolatier, chocolate maker, we don't really consider it as a real chocolate. So it's a chocolate substitute. So compound chocolate, it has cocoa powder. So after you extract the cocoa butter from the beans, so you will get a cocoa powder. So cocoa powder, you substitute the cocoa powder with vegetable fat or vegetable oil, and then you'd add sugar, and then emulsifier and vanilla. And some companies would add milk fat as well. So those are the ingredients. So that's why it's not real chocolate. That's why it's cheaper, because cocoa powder is the cheaper byproduct of cacao beans. Cocoa butter is the more expensive one. So yeah, that's a compound chocolate, and you don't have to temper it, and so you don't get the benefits as well of the health benefits of the chocolate, of the cocoa butter, because you don't have it in compound chocolate.
Okay, so basically the difference between compound chocolate and couverture chocolates are about the compound chocolate has vegetable oil and the couverture chocolate has cocoa butter. Is that right, chef?
Yes, yes, that's correct. And in order for chocolate to be called really like a real chocolate, your ingredients, the fat that you have is from cacao, because cacao means chocolate. So if you don't have cocoa butter in your chocolate, it's not really a real chocolate because it's from other fat.
Okay. So what about white chocolates? It doesn't have any
White
cacao
chocolate.
in
So
it.
there's a couverture white chocolate, and so the couverture white chocolate is made of cocoa butter, milk powder, and sugar. But the compound white chocolate is not really chocolate. It's not chocolate. It's basically sugar, vegetable oil, and sugar, vegetable oil, and milk powder. So for us chefs, you can't really call a chocolate if there's no cacao ingredients, right?
Right.
Because cacao means chocolate means it's from cacao. So white chocolate technically is not a chocolate.
But there any white chocolates that are real chocolates with
Yes,
cacao
yeah,
content?
yeah.
Okay, so
Sorry. I have to correct myself. The compound white chocolate is not chocolate. But the Couverture white chocolate is considered chocolate because it has cocoa butter. So I'm gonna repeat again. So the Couverture, so we call Couverture a real chocolate is called Couverture, and a compound is a substitute chocolate. So the white Couverture chocolate, the ingredients are cocoa butter, milk powder, and sugar. So it has still cacao ingredients. Whereas the compound chocolate, white chocolate, it has a vegetable fat, sugar, and milk powder.
Okay.
So that's the difference.
Thank you for that, Chef. We have a question from Grishel Gakutan. What are the machines used? Can you tell us what the machines you used in the video?
Yeah, so it depends. It depends on the type of what do you call it? Manufacturing you are. If you're a bean to bar chocolate company, there's more machines obviously. But if you're just a chocolatier, it's less machine. So basically, you just need a tempering machine. And other kitchen like pastry machines. But if you're a bean to bar, if you process from beans to chocolate, there's a lot of machines. Well, it's not like a lot. It's probably like 5 different kinds. So first is you need a roasting machine to roast your chocolate, and then second is a winnower to separate the nibs and the skin or husk. We call it husk of the bean. And then after that you need to grind it. So you need a grinding machine. And then if you want to extract cocoa butter, you also need a cocoa butter press. But a lot of companies, they just buy cocoa butter separately because it's less effort, I guess. And then after that you have melanger. So the one I showed you is a small melanger or refiner. A bigger company has a bigger machine, 25 kilos machines. Some are bigger. So those are the four basic ones. And then you can do manual tempering, but it takes time. So you can also buy a tempering machine. So that's 5 different machines.
Okay. And those machines that you mentioned, they're available in small size, or is it all industrial?
Yes, yeah. They're available small size. So if you want to just do if you just want to do a small batch chocolate, you don't need to buy all of those machines. So the main machine that you need is the melanger or refiner, which is same price as the KitchenAid mixer. It ranges from 26,000 to 30,000, 35,000, 40,000, depends. Those are small machines, so you can make 2.5 to 4 kilos of chocolate. So you don't need a roaster because you can use oven if you want to, and you don't need winnower if you just want to make small batch because you can just manually peel it or crack it, and then refiner. You can if it's small batch, you can actually use a food processor, or you can just you can put it straight in the melanger. It just takes longer. So the main machine, if you're making small batch chocolate, is the melanger or refiner.
Okay. Question from Jennifer. Kindly repeat the moisture content of dried cocoa.
7 to 8%.
7 to 8%. Okay. And question from Rose. Is the quality of our local chocolates can compete the quality of other imported chocolates?
Yes. Yeah. So that's a very good question because recently, it's a great time for our chocolate industry here in the Philippines. We've been getting awards from other chocolate companies have been receiving awards in Paris, in Salon de Chocolat. And can we compete? Yes, because we have very good quality cacao here in the Philippines. And the best thing about us is we grow cacao here and we could process it. Other companies, they buy our beans from the Philippines and they process it in other countries, and then we buy it from them. So and the thing is, other companies they use other ingredients, right? So if you look at the package, of other chocolates, you can see many different ingredients, which is sometimes not good for you. So the good thing about our chocolate is healthy. So cacao, if you research it, cacao is actually healthy, especially if you we have a sugar-free chocolate which we use organic 0% sugar, which is really good for you. It's good for diabetic. So that's the best thing about our chocolate here in the Philippines. It's still quite new in the chocolate industry, but we already started producing a world-class chocolate.
Okay. Yes, I agree with that. We won a lot of awards for chocolates already. Um, from Rose again, do you sell customized box for Bonbons?
Do we sell? Do you
Customized
sell custom?
box.
No, we don't. We work with a company that makes it for us. We have them. We have it customized for our brand. But you can buy different from different companies. There's lots in Manila for sure. But yeah, even in Chocolate World, if you go to Chocolate World website, they also sell chocolate box, and then they could customize it for you.
Okay. What is the shelf life of cocoa chocolates?
Mac chocolate, it actually could last up to 2 years. Solid chocolate without ganache. So if just solid chocolate, it could last up to 2 years. Some companies with the shelf life, they would just write down 1 year. For us, it's just 1 year because it's best before, right? The thing is because it affects when you transport it different temperatures, so it changes the quality. So that's why we only put 1 year for shelf life, but it actually could last up to 2 years. Especially chocolate because like the solid chocolate because there's no water in it, so it lasts longer. Other than like compared to chocolate with ganache.
Okay. And that's the same with compound chocolates too.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Question from Joyce. Chef, do you offer a tour in your chocolate farm or facilities so we can have a clear understanding on how you make your chocolates?
Yes, yeah. We started doing it actually, but we are hoping to open a new factory. Hopefully, when we're hoping it was supposed to be open in May or June, but because of what's happening, so it got delayed. Um, it's probably going to be open in July or August. It depends, but we offer tours, so you can see what's going on in a factory, and you can actually go to the farm. So yes, yeah, we do that.
Maybe, Chef, you can do a virtual tour so that we can also take a look at it.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, we can do that.
Okay, and then we can share it with our subscribers. That
Yeah,
would
we
be
can do
great.
a part two. Yeah, sure. Yeah. I just have to record it, I guess, because yeah, obviously there's no Wi-Fi in the farm.
Yeah, that's right. So, from Rose, when it's rainy season here in Manila, the humidity level affects the quality of my tempered chocolates. Any advice?
Yes. Yeah. So other companies would buy a humidifier. The best thing you can do if you don't have it, you just have to make sure it's wrapped with foil and then seal it. As much as possible, there's no air. So that's the best thing you can do. If it's exposed, obviously, it's same thing in the fridge. That's why you don't store chocolate in the fridge because of the moisture. So the best thing is to cover it and store it in room temperature.
Um, can you say that again, Chef? Because you were choppy a while ago. So you said that
Yeah. So
you need the
um,
humidifier, and then
yeah, other companies would use humidifier. There are some that are cheap ones. It depends how big your room is, but the best thing you can do is wrap your chocolate with foil and then you can we have what do you call it? Some chocolate we use in our we use what do you call it? Um, Ziploc or a box, wrap in bags, something like that. So as much as possible, you don't want air in your chocolate. So that's the best thing you can do.
Okay. And you mentioned earlier that when you're working with chocolates, the room temperature should be between 18 to 20 degrees, right? So what if the person doesn't have, what if we don't have any aircon in our kitchen? Or how do we store the chocolates in a non-air conditioned room?
Yeah, that's fair. That's a fair question because not everyone could actually store their chocolate like that has air conditioning running 24 hours, right? So you could
Right.
store it in the fridge. It's fine. It's just shorten the shelf life, and then you just have to make sure it's sealed. So again, you wrap it in foil or in a Ziploc, and then maybe put it in a box and then saran wrap it. So as long as there's no it's not in an open air, um, less moisture the better. So yeah, you can put in a fridge. It's just the quality, it's just going to change, so it's not going to be the same
Mhm.
for after a few months, after probably 2-3 months, but for a few weeks it's fine.
So as long you store it properly in the fridge, you have it sealed, no air.
Yes.
Better if it's vacuumed, then it should be fine.
Yes.
Okay. So can we avail your Couverture chocolates?
Yes and no. um, no, because it's hard nowadays. It's just so hard to transport everything, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But we started selling them, so you can avail them. We're trying our best to ship them to Manila. Um, Once it's available, yes, you can buy them. So you can just message us online. We have a form. We have a website as well, and you can buy it. It's cheap. It's really good price. It's actually cheaper than Valrhona and cocoa butter. We actually make less money than Valrhona for sure, because we try to um, what you can we try to introduce this to our market here, especially here in the Philippines, that is that everyone could afford, right? Um,
Right.
and then we what do you call it? Um, we pay a really good pay for to our farmers as well. Like if you can imagine, for even our sugar, for a kilo of sugar that we use, we pay every kilo that our farmer produce, just the farmer, not the processing people. We give them 80 pesos for every kilo. So we pay them a really good pay. So that's why our margin is not very uh, high. But at the same time, we also wanted it to introduce to our Filipino market. So it's really nice to support this products, because we could, it helps our farmers as well.
Right. Maybe you can tell them about your Facebook page and how can they reach you if they want to
Yes,
order.
so yeah, Facebook is Lerio Chocolates, Lerio, and then chocolates.
Okay. And then they can just message you from there. Is that
Yes,
right?
yeah, yeah. Or you can message
Okay.
me directly. It's fine as well.
Okay. So a question from Kay, can you still use overheated or burnt chocolate?
Sorry, say again.
Can you still
I'm sorry.
use overheated or burnt chocolate?
No, I'm sorry. If it's burnt, it's burnt. If it's overheat, probably up to, like, let's say 60 degrees, when it's separated, you can still use it. You can just let it cool and then melt it again up to 45 degrees. It's still fine. But if it's burnt, it's hard. It's hard to use it because obviously it's burnt.
Mhm. Okay. And what is the shelf life of chocolate bonbons?
It depends as well because it depends of the because bonbons there's so many different types of bonbons, so many different types of ingredients, and different people manufacturers makes them, and they use different types of what do you call it ingredients to control the water activity. So bonbons shelf life is from 3 weeks to 6 weeks. And other companies, and there are pralines as well that could last up to 3 months. So it depends on the type of bonbons.
Okay. Um, do you have 60% couverture? Because 70% seems to be bitter for my clients.
Yes, we have. So we have 50%, 55%, 60%, 65%, and 70%.
Okay. Um, from Irene, are your chocolates available here in Cebu City?
Unfortunately, not yet. Um, as soon as everything goes back to normal, I'm sure it will be available. Right now, it's very limited. It's just hard to work nowadays. It's really tough for everyone, right? So, but once everything goes back to normal, it will be available. Yes.
Mm. So if we're going to order from you, it wouldn't melt during the shipping.
No, no, because the best thing about our chocolate is well tempered. So we temper our chocolate first. So if it's well tempered, it shouldn't melt below 36 degrees. Oh, sorry, it shouldn't melt below 32, 32 degrees. My bad.
Okay. So it's safe for shipping.
Yes, yeah. So the only challenge sometimes because if when we shipped it and there's a problem with the shipping company and if it stays there for a week or so, sometimes they don't handle it well. It could melt, but most of the time it doesn't.
Mhm. Okay. From Tita Amor, how do you avoid blooms?
How do you avoid blooms? If you temper it properly. If you temper your chocolate properly, it shouldn't bloom. And if you store your chocolate properly, it shouldn't bloom. Those are the main two factors why
Mhm.
chocolate bloom.
Okay. So basically, you just have to follow Chef Ely's advice on his video earlier, or it's also he also discussed it in his online class, right, Chef?
Yes, yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So can we still use our cooked chocolate powder that is expired?
Well, it's hard. I wouldn't. No, I don't. Anything that's expired, I usually don't use it. So
Yeah, even if if it says best before.
you can use it for your own consumption, but I wouldn't sell it.
Yeah,
You know, I
yeah,
want to
not
protect
for
my
selling.
kidneys. So best before, yeah, I would use it.
Okay. Um, question from Hans. What is your best advice for aspiring chocolatiers out there?
Well, first you have to make sure you really wanted to work or you love working with chocolate because it's very important. And then second, you can come with them if you want. You can come here and I'll show you around and
Mhm.
see if you like it. You can go to other chocolate companies as well if they allow you to practice with them or work with them. for we're very open, right? So there are other some of my students who would message me, can I come there, work for you? I said, yeah, once everything goes back to normal, why not? Work with, I guess the best advice, work with a company or a chef that is, very open in sharing the knowledge, right? So as much knowledge you can get, the better. And go to the source, discover where cacao is from, where the product is from, and so
Okay. It's good advice, chef. Because there are a lot of our students who are also asking if we could give them certificates for their online class. So because I know that if you're going to work in a hotel or in that field, you need to have certificates, right? Or you need to have what are the requirements if they want to pursue this as a profession?
well, if you get a certificate like professionally, you have to, I think, go through like an actual chocolate education, right? Certificate. For online class, it's like the one that we had. It's very limited information. It's hard. Honestly, for me, I didn't go. I just attended like master classes, not a full chocolate course where you get diplomas and all that. Most of it I gained it from experience, and I learned it from different chefs. It was it enough? Yes and no, because yes, because I never stopped learning. I just continue discovering about chocolate. It's not stop education. And the thing is, I'm not sure. It depends with chefs or hotels if they would accept that certificate as well, right? So the best thing is if you get in touch with a chef or a company that would accept you for a chocolatier job, why not? Once you have that in your resume, it's there. So yeah.
Okay. A question from Tons. Chef Ellie, which one is better, powder or bar? Which one is better?
Sorry, I'm saying
powder or bar?
Well, they are two different products. It depends. It depends how you want to use it, right? So, like mostly for sponge cakes, we use powder most of the time, and we just add chocolate. So it depends. They're two different different product. The powder is dry, has almost no fat in it, whereas the chocolate bars is chocolate bar. It's Couverture chocolate. So it depends. If you use ganache, if you make ganache, you need to use chocolate bars. You can. It's hard to use chocolate powder. You could probably, but it's just hard. So yeah.
Okay. Question from Gina. Chef, if you fail to temper chocolate properly, can you use it again or repeat the process using the same chocolate?
Yes. Yeah. You can retemper it. No problem. So once you fail, and it happens. It usually happens. It happens to me. Even now, it still happens to me, right? I just go back to step one. So you melt your chocolate 45 degrees, and then cool it down to 27. And then if it's dark chocolate, you warm it again to 31 to 32 degrees, and then you can use the chocolate.
Okay. How many times can you retemper your chocolates?
As many as you can until it burns.
As long as you don't burn it.
Keep because sometimes you burn your chocolate, right? So as soon as it's burned, you can't temper it anymore. But if it's not burned, you can keep retempering it, no problem.
Okay. So, Chef, are you thinking of selling cocoa butter colors as well?
No, we don't. We don't sell them. I buy them personally. I buy them from Sweet Link. I'm not sure if Sir Peter is here, but I buy it from him, from Sweet Link.
Okay. All right. So I guess that's it. Oh, we have a follow-up question. Do you sell your transfer sheet for your bonbons?
No, I'm sorry. Yeah, we don't. For chocolate equipment, all those things for chocolatiers, you can buy them from Chocolate World. I buy them online. It's better, they'll ship it to you. Chocolate World, Sweet Link. Sometimes I buy it Amazon. So yeah.
Okay. So you don't have any transfer sheets. You can just buy them from the vendors that Chef Ellie mentioned.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Sometimes you can make them as well. If you have guitar sheet, and if you have cocoa butter and cocoa coloring, you can make them. I might have to show it to you one day how to make them, but you can make them.
Okay. Somebody's asking if you're hiring. Kay is asking.
Not at the moment, but eventually, yes, we will. We will be hiring.
Okay. Can you tell them where you are, Chef?
So I hope after all this, what's happening, you guys will support local products, Philippine economy, and and hopefully everything goes back to normal. And then and by then, we need more people, and then you can work for us.
Okay. So for those who came in late, Chef Ellie is in Tacloban, Leyte. Is that right, Chef?
No, I'm in Agusan actually.
Oh, you're in Agusan right now. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's where your farm is. Is that right?
That's where the factory and
the
farm.
factory and the farm. Okay. So that's
Yeah.
what's keeping Chef busy right now. So he's a chef farmer. So
Yeah,
he's
chef
been
farmer.
he's been growing cacao in his farm in Agusan. Okay. So is your from Irene, how about other cake recipe class in the future?
Yes, yeah, we wanted to do that. It's just for the first quarter of this year, I got really busy because of this chocolate. We wanted to do another online class, but it was just hard. I wanted to do an online class here, but I don't have I don't have Mom Grace crew here. I wish I could bring them here and we just shoot class, right? But it's hopefully in the future.
Yeah, in the future, we'll have more classes when Chef Ellie gets back here in Manila. Okay.
Yeah.
From Tita Amor, is your chocolate available here in Manila?
Yes, yeah, available in Manila.
Can you give them the details on where to buy it
Online,
here?
sorry. Online, we were actually in Solen, Manila.
Mm-hmm.
We have a shelf there, but obviously it's closed, right? So
in Soler.
you could Solen.
Solen.
Yes, yeah. Solen Yusuf.
Okay.
She has a store. A store.
Can you give us a link to the store?
Local brands are there. Yeah, we have a small shelf there. But you can buy online. You can message us.
Mm-hmm. So can you say that again about your Facebook page and your they can message you in your profile, right? In your Facebook account.
Yeah. And I'll link it to you. If you can message me in the profile or Olerio Chocolate, Lerio.
Okay.
Chocolate.
So for those who are interested in Chef Ellie's chocolates, you can message them at Lerio Chocolates. That's Lerio in Facebook, and you can also give him a message in his Facebook profile, Ely Salar. Okay, and Marlon is asking about the prices. So maybe if they message you on the page or on your profile, then you can give them the price list that you have. All right. So right
Yes,
now
yeah,
they're
it's
just
more
having
cheap
a
than Cacao Barry and Calibu.
yeah. So right now they're just having a problem in shipping these chocolates in all parts of the Philippines because we have a problem with COVID-19, right? So
Yeah.
as long as everything goes back to normal, then they will resume shipping the chocolates. All right. So I guess that's it. Do you have any other? Do you have any final advice for our students?
Yeah, it's like what I said, it's a great time for chocolate industry, cacao industry in the Philippines. It's something that we should be really proud of. We haven't been noticed like in the chocolate world or even in other countries that we grow and make chocolate here in the Philippines. And I'm really hoping that after all these things what's happening, we started promoting our cacao industry or chocolate industry, and then support it, right? And then yeah, and it's especially for us bakers. Let's start using real chocolate. It's good for you, and it's good for the farmers as well. And so yeah, I guess that's about it. And if you want to learn about making chocolate bonbons, we have it in the Bailiwick Academy. So I have, I think, five recipes there, if I'm not wrong, on how to make chocolate bonbons. So um, you can enroll if yeah, if you want to learn
Okay,
how to make
right.
them.
So Chef Feli has online classes at the Bailiwick Academy, and the first one is chocolate mirror glazed. Next one is quick breads, and the third one is chocolates, the art of chocolate. So if you guys are interested in how to how to make chocolates at home, then you can enroll in that class. All right. So let's all support Chef Ellie's chocolates, as what Irene said. Let's all support the not just Chef Ellie but the chocolates here in the Philippines. Because it's
Yeah,
at par with imported chocolates.
yeah.
Okay. Thank you so
Instead
much
of
for your
saying
time.
I use Belgian chocolate, I use Philippine chocolate, right? So
Right. That's right. Okay. So thank you for your time, Chef. Thank you for joining us today in our webinar. Hopefully, we'll have more in the future. And thank you to those who attended this webinar. All right. So as usual, this will be recorded. This is recorded, and I'll send you the link, you can also view it in our Facebook page. I'm sorry, in our YouTube channel. All right. So thank you so much, Chef, and have a great day. Bye bye.
thank you.
All right.